A big question I get all the time is like, how are you going to teach your kids like in regards to African
You have so
culture?
many cultures.
Yes,
Yeah.
and even
Yeah.
just me alone, I have so much cultures. I even have I'm like 14% English, I'm 14% German. I have other admixtures and stuff
Jeez,
that
yeah.
I'm not,
Yeah.
I don't acknowledge the German because I know why I'm German. But
We can all guess why.
yeah, it's colonization, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's really interesting to see, what's going to happen with when I do have kids and stuff. But I always say, like, I don't think it'll be hard to really have my children be proud of who they are because they're going to travel. We're
Yeah.
going to get out of America,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's definitely one thing I'm going to make sure of, just make sure they see the world, see different cultures, and to really experience the people because, people's all we got.
That's true.
Fact.
That's true. And because your children will be Korean American or
Yeah.
there'll be a lot.
There'll be a lot. They'll be
a lot
Korean
of
American.
stuff.
They'll
Yeah.
also be Black American.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's going to be a lot
There's
of
a lot
mixture going on in
for
there.
sure.
Have you ever thought about where you would mainly want to raise your children?
Ooh, if I could have it my way, I would. If I could afford it, Hawaii
Switzerland?
or
Oh, I thought you were
California.
gonna say
Switzerland. That would be totally different.
Yeah.
Definitely Hawaii or
Hawaii.
California.
Yeah.
Because California has a lot of Black folks, but then you also have a lot of Koreans. One of
Yes,
the
that's
highest
true.
Korean populations is in LA,
Yeah.
or the LA area,
Yeah.
greater area, and Hawaii has like the largest Asian American
Yeah.
population in general in the United States. So I think those two places where like my wife and I really would like to raise our kids. But I want them to be raised. This is my little like experiment where I
Right.
want them to start off school
experiment.
in Korea. Because
Oh.
I think that there's extremes within the Korean education system and the American education
That's
system.
true.
I think that they can both learn from each other and
That's true.
balance each other out.
Yeah.
I say that to my wife all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that like in Korea, it can be pretty, I hear other Koreans explain how they feel like it's too hard for kids. They're very, like, too much pressure. I was listening to a podcast with Jay Park, where he was talking about how, Koreans are very big on education.
Very.
You're going to be a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
And I can, I could relate to that with, Caribbean parents are very much similar. They're very big on education.
Yeah.
And I think in America, we're too lenient.
Very.
I mean,
Very.
when I was going Upper Darby, when we was
Yeah.
in high school,
Yeah.
I would go in the bathroom and kids are in there smoking X and Y and cigarettes. And I'm like, y'all in the
Yeah.
bathroom smoking cigarettes?
That's a Darby for you.
Upper Darby. So,
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I saw firsthand by growing up in the U.S. public education system how it has certain pitfalls. And I think that a certain level of discipline would do America very well.
That's true.
So I kind of feel like by getting my kids into school in Korea from a young age, they might have certain, probably come to America during the summers or
Right.
during their
And
off
experience
season,
the-
experience the culture.
Yeah.
But I think like from maybe pre-K to middle school-ish, I want them in Korea. I
Middle
want them
school, too?
not all of from in middle school to high school. At some point, I'll bring them to America.
Oh, okay,
But I
yeah.
think that having them in the Korean education system at a young
help,
age will
yeah.
teach them a lot of discipline.
A
I
lot
want
of
them to
discipline.
be straight as a pin.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
when they come to America, they'll be a little further ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe they can get into a better school, middle school, so they can get into whatever sport they like, whatever they have interest in.
Yeah.
Definitely teaching my kids piano. My wife's actually a pianist.
Oh.
She likes to put herself.
She
but
said, "I
she's
used to."
the
Stop
best.
saying
She's
that.
saying she used to. She's one of the best. She's
Oh,
really
wow,
good.
okay.
She's really good at piano. And she
She's blushing.
she amazes me every time she
Yeah.
plays piano. Melts my heart. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so good at this.
Bijou is over there rolling her eyes.
Yes.
She's like,
And
Yeah.
then like I definitely want them doing jujitsu and gymnastics.
course,
I
yeah.
can do flips and backflips.
the
and all
next
different
Simone
types of
Biles
stuff.
might be made. You
Yes,
never know.
hopefully. I
You
love
never
Simone
know.
Biles.
Yeah, it could
Shout
be a
out to
Simone
her.
Biles child going on
Hell
here.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I want my kids to be very active and, like rather it's music, as well as with, sports
Sport.
and martial arts,
And
especially.
academics, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what's a great country to raise your child with all those things?
What?
Kenya.
Hey! Hey, man, you guys have the best long distance runners, and Kenyans are insane athletes. Like, I love Kenya for that.
Yeah,
Really good.
Kenya, the education system is really good too.
Yes, it is.
It's
Yes,
very.
it
I
is.
remember when I ended up going to America when I was 9.
Yeah.
For a good year, I didn't take any of the tests because I knew everything. So I was just sitting
Whoa.
there just being like, I already know this.
And that's funny because I
Yeah.
hear that a lot from Nigerians too.
Because the education system in America,
It's so bad.
before university is a different demon, though, I do
Yes,
have to say.
university is a demon
Yes,
in America.
but
and I love
before
that
univers-
about America, but
Because we have the best universities in the
Universities,
world, for
exactly.
sure.
That's a fact.
But before that, it's a joke.
yeah, 100%.
It's a joke, for sure.
There's almost a
Yeah.
conspiracy a lot of Americans commonly say, where they're like, "Oh, they want us stupid so they could manipulate us and make us go in debt and blah blah
Could
blah."
be. I mean,
it could be.
the debt is a big thing in America.
America's
so.
the land of conspiracies. You will hear 1,000 conspiracies before you leave America about America.
Facts.
That's a fact.
But yeah, you never know.
definitely. I'll
Yeah.
definitely see what's up. Hopefully, raise
When
them
you go to Kenya,
in Kenya a little while. Have them speaking some Swahili.
there's also a very big Korean population going on now.
In Korea,
Yeah,
in Kenya?
yeah, in
Oh,
Kenya.
wow.
There's like quite a
Wow.
lot. There's some Korean markets going on, restaurants.
Very
like,
cool.
Yeah.
Very
Koreans are everywhere, to be honest.
Yes,
they're
they
like
really are.
Nigerians. They stay somewhere. Nigerians are
100%.
also everywhere in the
Yes.
world.
There's a
But
statistic in America that like in 200 years from now there'll be possibly if the birth rates stay the same, there'll be more Koreans in America than in Korea, which is nuts.
Probably.
It's like America's birth rate is really out of control. Right
Yeah,
now. People
and then
are
in
having
Korea, it's
too
like-
many kids, and then in Korea
Nobody's
they're not
having
enough kids. So it's like,
you guys should help the population.
yeah, that's what we're planning.
Come
to
on,
do.
get that money, guys. That's 75K.
Yo, I was just talking about that earlier. This is hilarious.
Y'all gotta get that money.
Yes,
But you gotta
definitely.
get it and leave because it's not doing you any good in Korea. It's too expensive to live here.
Oh my god,
It's so expensive to live in Korea. That's why
Interesting.
nobody's having kids. Because
I
like,
see.
what's
And-
75K doing?
On the flip side, there's a lot of Americans who are very, like you said, millennials. The that generation, there's a lot of Americans who are discouraged from having kids because the cost of living is going through the roof. And it's like, we in America, we made a huge mistake detethering the U.S. dollar from gold-backed currency. Like
wow,
there was
okay.
a time in America, I
Yeah.
believe it was Lyndon B. Johnson. Again, Lyndon B. Johnson. I got to read my history book.
One of those.
Yes, one of those presidents. They took us off the gold standard and they put us on the petrodollar. But now we're also off the petrodollar, which means we don't back it with oil either.
So what the hell are we back in?
Nothing. Well, our guns and our
Wow.
government. Yeah. And
freedom.
The freedom, yeah. And it's like when there was a time where you can go to the bank, you can trade $1 for 1.32 of a ounce of gold.
Okay.
And now that doesn't exist anymore in America. And I'm really hoping that I don't care which president's in there. Personally, it don't matter left or right.
Yeah.
I just want them to focus on getting the American economy back.
Yeah.
And a part of that could be really putting us back on the gold standard or backing it with something. I don't care what it is. Sunflowers.
Potatoes.
Potatoes,
Idaho potatoes,
corn.
maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Child.
we really need to get back to that, and that's why I feel like in Africa as well, for them to not get like quote unquote robbed from the West, or
Yeah.
a lot of people are saying the Chinese are coming. There's a huge Dr. Umar go crazy about talking about the Chinese coming
Kenya?
into Africa.
Kenya,
primarily
bro?
Kenya.
They're
Primarily-
teaching Mandarin in school.
Yeah. Like
And
in
I'm just
South
like,
Africa too, and
yeah.
Congo, they're coming in, and I'm like,
It's crazy.
are y'all teaching Yoruba?
They're not. I was just about to
say.
say that they're
Come
not
on.
teaching our tribal languages. They're
Yeah.
teaching Chinese, and I'm like,
that's a no-no.
what?
You know,
It's so confusing.
and there needs to be reciprocation laws within China, because I do think
Oh.
there can be a lot of good done
not
with
gonna
trade
happen.
with the
I don't know about
Chinese.
that.
Yeah, I think
I
there
don't
could
know.
be a lot of good done with trading
Yeah.
with the West and the
And
Chinese,
yeah.
but Africa needs to stop letting them manipulate them.